Based on our philosophy and being a part of the Hayward Police Department, we owe it to this community to give them our very best. You know, I've been here for 25 years, and I will say that the people that we have in this organization are second to none, and I would put them up against any other police department, not only in the state of California, but in the nation. We have the benefit of strong community support. People here are empowered to be innovative in coming up with problem-solving strategies. We are very invested in their development.
Very passionate. I love what I do. There's few other careers where you have an opportunity on a daily basis to have a profound impact, not only in the community, but in the progress of a community.
This career is unique. It's truly about helping people, and I think that's what was attractive about it. When I was looking at what to do with the rest of my life, I've stayed in the career for that reason, simply put, to help people. Giving back to this community that in many ways raised me is something that I'm very, very passionate about, and serving as a chief allows me to do that.
I'm the supervisor in charge of the Hayward Police Department's Traffic Bureau. Hayward is a major thoroughfare in the Bay Area where we have all these major freeways are converging, which just generates a lot of traffic-related problems for us. But we're trying to develop a teen safety driver program. I don't know of any agency in California that's doing this. It's just one of those things that this department does that nobody does. It's looking for new ways to reach out to the community and bring something of value, not only to them to help make them safe for drivers, but the relationships that we can get out of that are worth every second of our time.
Here at the Hayward Police Department, we actually have an entire division that's dedicated to community outreach, and a lot of that involves our young people here in the city. Having programs designed to connect us to youth are important because it creates a safe space for us to be able to foster relationships and trust with them, but really to keep kids from becoming justice involved and to get them involved in positive things that will not only help them develop as individuals and build character, but help them develop and really become, you know, the next generation of community leaders.
There's no hidden agenda to it. It's, you know, playing video games with them. We volunteered to be part of the Boys and Girls Club's ping pong tournament. I have been in a dunk tank numerous times in a uniform, you know, all those little things. And the benefit for us is that as they grow up, we're not strangers to them. They've known us. They've seen us at all these community events, and now as they transition, they're literally excited to see us. And man, that's we couldn't ask for a better relationship.
One of my first interactions with a police department was back when I was in middle school. I was having a really hard time at home and at school. There were some things going on, and my mom decided that it would be a nice little moment to take just her and I out to dinner, and we went to a restaurant in Hayward, and they were having a Tip a Cop event, and it was really cool, like seeing the cops come by, like holding trays of food and trays of like drinks and stuff. Like I remember there was one point, like I was talking to my mom and I was kind of getting a little emotional about stuff. And our waiter, who was a officer, like stopped by the table and was like, "Is everything okay? Are you guys doing all right?" And my mom was like, "Oh yeah, like she's okay. You know, we're just talking about some stuff." And the officer was really cool and like was able to like kind of comfort me a little bit more, and he like gave me a sticker, and so it was a cool little interaction. It really inspired me to want to have those connections myself and be able to connect with other people.
The hallmark program that we have here, I think, for youth is our Police Explorer program. This is a program designed for kids who are 14 to 21 years of age to be able to come in to the department on a weekly basis, participate in training, participate in community service on behalf of the department. It's designed to get them exposure to the profession with the hopes of not only educating them on the realities of policing, but also to generate interest and potentially becoming involved in the department and the profession as a career.
One of the first times I remember having an interaction with law enforcement was for my Logan ROP class. That class was taught by a sergeant and a few other officers, and I kind of just fell in love with their personalities, the way they taught, their interactions, and just law enforcement in general. So they let us know about an Explorer program that was a part of the department, and that's kind of where I started.
Seeing them out on the streets, seeing them at community events, like how they interact with the community and everything they do for us. And just seeing that growing up, I think that's why I wanted to be in this program, and I went to all those events with the officers, and then now being in this community policing unit, now it's my way of giving back.
There was the Hayward downtown reopening festival. We're walking through downtown and I look over at the Hayward Police Department booth and there was a sign that said, "Ask us about our Explorer program." And I was like, how interesting. And so I left my mom in the middle of the street and went over and I was like, "Hi, I'd like information, please." And it sounded really interesting about the opportunity to do ride-alongs and just being social and building skills not only applicable for a career in law enforcement, but any career.
This is another generation, so every generation that we can have a positive impact on is a generation that we will benefit from down the road. These relationships that we're forging with them are going to benefit the city 10 years from now, 15 years from now.
The Explorer program has helped me grow in my leadership abilities, being able to work in a team environment, coming to understand that law enforcement, it's not a solo career, you have a team around you, and having the knowledge that I do now, it'll be so much more beneficial and helpful for my future.
When you break it down and you sort of get out of that traditional role of, that overly officious image of being a police officer, and you're playing with kids and you're kneeling down and you're putting stickers and you're letting kids paint your face, at these different festivals, it really opens up a forum, and it allows, a lot of times what we're seeing is that their parents are even coming up and asking us questions.
We have all these students in this class that are saying, I want to be a police officer, I want to be an FBI, I want to be a crime scene technician, whatever the case is, but it just goes to show that we are making a positive impact in our community.
I feel like we know our community so much more. I was a police explorer, right? So this is where we came from, so it's kind of just hey, let's give back. So I see a lot of myself in these kids, and we become mentors to the kids, and I know they've shown us a lot as well.
When I first joined, I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do or how I wanted to live my life, but thanks to the advisors and the guidance that they've given me, I've been exposed to so many different aspects of law enforcement that I know for sure that it's something that I want to do and I can see myself doing for a really long time.
In this profession, our effectiveness is truly based on the relationships that we have with our community and the trust that we're able to build with them. These programs are specifically designed to get members of the community, our young people, into the room with police officers where we can learn from each other, where we can listen, where we can strengthen those relationships, and really together come up with some collaborative, cooperative strategies to make this community better.